This is the Fox 5 News Special Report.
And I will be no problem, you know, and I think I kept my word.
He certainly was a model inmate as well. He said he took full responsibility,
Yes.
apologized to the people of Nevada. He's 70 years old. He says, I just want to go home and be with my adult children.
Well, there's a lot of questioning here. What's going to happen next? Joining us right now to talk about this is defense attorney Cary London. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Major development today in a long saga of OJ Simpson since 1994. What did you expect would happen today, and is it what happened?
I expected absolutely him to be granted parole today. There was 11 points of a risk assessment factors they took into account on a 15-point scale. He was granted parole in 2013 on his prior charges. I expected him to be granted parole today, mainly because there was no victims that were injured in this case. The victims wanted him released. He's been a model prisoner, and he has no prior convictions because of this.
Cary, let's take a meta look at this for a second. It seems like the punishment to begin with didn't really fit the crime. I mean, 33 years when his accomplices got what?
Absolutely, Christina. Judge Jackie Glass gave him 9 to 33 years for this case when the co-defendants got probation. The person who actually brandished the gun in the situation was given probation. And I really think that the court of public opinion wanted to see OJ getting real time, and that's why Judge Glass gave OJ the 9 to 33-year sentence, because of the other crime that he was acquitted of criminally but found liable civilly.
Cary, we heard a lot of testimony today, including the emotional testimony from one of his daughters, Arnell. And we also heard from OJ several times. What stood out the most as you were watching this?
What stood out the most to me was that in the beginning, OJ came off trying to relitigate the criminal issues. He was not apologetic at the beginning when he was given an opportunity to speak. As Christina pointed out, though, he was apologetic at the end of it, which I think went a long way in the parole board's minds. But I think the thing that stood out to me the most was when he was asked about his prior behavior before jail. He said he was a devout Christian. He said he was non-confrontational. But he then said, I've had fidelity issues, and smiled at the camera.
Right. Do you think that the panel took into consideration the acquittal of the murder of his wife, Nicole?
I don't think they did. These are not Supreme Court justices. These are parole hearing officers in Nevada. So I do think, as they said during...
So that was separated.
I think they compartmentalized that, and they separated it. I think a lot of people would have a hard time because of the gravity of the offense with the other crime, but I think they did not take that into consideration, and that's why they did grant him parole today.
And at the beginning of the hearing, they said that they would not take that into consideration. He's going to be treated as any other prisoner.
I've never heard that before, but that is hopefully true, and clearly it was true because they did release him and grant him parole today.
What happens next? He has to be very careful for the next, what, 24 years, right?
Well, now we have to basically understand that the Nevada Board of Parole is going to be the one that is overlooking him and scrutinizing every move he makes, as well as the public. But he's going to have to be drug tested, go to weekly counseling meetings. They could potentially make him get a job, although because of his age, I don't think they will. And the most important thing, travel restrictions.
Okay, Cary London, New York trial attorney, we thank you very much for joining us today, okay? Again, as we say, breaking news, OJ Simpson has been granted parole for serving 9 years after a Nevada robbery.
All right, we'll have much more tonight on the Fox 5 News at 5 and 6 o'clock.
Hope you'll join us then. Have a good afternoon.